I went through the Shanahan Lynch draft, whatever, and the most picks that this team has used on any position group, corners number one.
Wow.
They have drafted more corners than any other position, wide receiver second, edge third. So let's jump into it. Come out swinging, crush my dreams. Jakorian Bennett out of Maryland. I love this kid. Tell me maybe where I went wrong or if you think he's a Niners fit.
Yeah, I think he is a fit. And uh, there's one thing that I think he might need to improve on or become more consistent. I'm watching the Michigan game. I put the clip
Mm,
out there. Something that jumped out right away. And a lot of playing cornerback, especially at the highest level, it's so mental and things happen so fast. So there was a play where I believe it was number 8 from Michigan, motion down. Once he starts to kind of tighten down, I'm thinking one or two things. One, he might run a drag route, which goes away from me. All right, then I'm gonna try to look for work. Or two, he might be doing a crack. And if he's cracking down, oh my God, I definitely have to alert my guy. Hey, watch for a potential crack. Watch for crack. Watch for crack. And then I have to be able to replace that guy. And the crack came. There was no replace. So then now, one of the most difficult things, especially when you're trying to tackle high caliber athletes at the collegiate level, the NFL, you got Blake Corum. He's a terrific running back at Michigan. You got to be there at the line of scrimmage right now to be that contain guy. And he was late on that and ended up getting beat outside. Only a 10-yard gain or 11-yard gain, ended up going for a first down. But those are the things that like I noticed. And then the very next play, he had a tight end. They had kind of like this two tight ends to the right. Got hooked up, 5-yard route. They caught the ball in front of him. Just go make the tackle. He missed the tackle. The guy ends up picking up a few more yards. So I'm like, okay, is there a trend of him maybe just maybe not truly understanding assignments or lack of physicality or talent with tackling and whatnot? Let me see if I see that throughout the rest of the film. I thought that after that, he tackled well. There were a couple times where he let guys kind of kick him out, but overall, he filled gaps. There was a nice tackle where he filled the B gap, came in, sliced in, chopped the running back down at the line of scrimmage. So he did some good things there in the run game. Now, in the passing game, I was very it was very interesting because I'm watching and I'm looking for number 2. And I'm watching him on the outside, I'm watching him, and then I see a play where I'm thinking I'm watching him, but it's number 4. They just got the same kind of dribble on or swag on. So I'm like, well, where's number 2? Oh, he's in the nickel. And I thought he was good from the nickel. He's a guy who possesses good feet. I thought he had necessary twitch from off coverage. He looked comfortable. He had a nice pedal. He looked again. The biggest question going to be just how consistent can he be in the run game from nickel, because that's kind of big, especially for the 49ers. From my understanding, what I've kind of been told, I think Richard Sherman has said it to me. I was wondering why Womack wasn't playing more after that. What was it, week 1 or week 2?
Week two, it switched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
week 2 it switched and they went to Lenore to play in the slot, and Womack just took a back seat, and we didn't really see him for the rest of the year, like on a consistent basis after starting the first 2 games. I'm like, man, what the heck happened? And Richard Sherman was like, run fits. So that's a big thing, right? So if Bennett is going to be someone that the 49ers really like, I have to continue to watch film to see how he fit there. But overall, I love the versatility. I love a guy who can play outside in base and slide into the nickel spot in nickel or dime type defense. After I watched him, because I just wanted to get a good idea of who he is, and again, I watched him run vertical. There was a vertically pushing route from the slot. He looked like he can run with guys. I didn't see an issue there with the vertical speed. Then I look up his combine numbers, which I always try to look up after I watch the prospect, because I don't want that
Film
to,
first.
yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
the oh, well, he does this, so then this is how he plays, right? Like I want to like, okay, how does he play? And then look at the stuff so I can kind of tie it all together and what am I missing or not missing, or maybe different ways they can challenge themselves. But he ran well, and then boom, I look at his combine numbers, ran 4.3 flat, I believe it was. 5'11", around 190. That's the ideal size for me for cornerbacks. I like that 5'11" to about 6 foot, 6 foot and a half range. After that, the movements start to get a little long. So I know you really like him. He's a guy, if you're talking about where the 49ers can pick, he has all that talent, ability. I definitely would be on board with the 49ers drafting him.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.